You are a psychopathic individual. You having a nice day? Oh, that's
Everybody is a Rust.
the Lucifer effect. The psychological phenomenon of one's behaviour being defined by situation rather than personality. This was the reason I decided that DayZ players are nutters. In the absence of anything else to do, its players turn to violence, and all new players thus get violent as a result of their situation. Simple. A nice, neat theory of the online survival community. So I thought I'd log on to Rust, get a bit of footage, rattle off some stuff about the Lucifer effect not being a factor given the abundance of activities on offer in Rust's thriving community, and I'm dead. Of course, right now, I am running directly towards the sound of gunshots. I'm Louis Theroux, I'm Louis Theroux, I'm Louis Theroux. Guy in Kevlar. A couple of very well equipped players here that I think could probably teach me quite a lot if they don't immediately kill me. Hey there! And there we go. Hey, would you mind answering a couple of questions? If you're not too busy clubbing me to death with a rock. You're gonna just keep going. Chipping away. And I'm down. Hey there. Hey, have you got a moment to answer a couple of questions? Preferably not with a rock. I mean, with your voice. No, I said not with a rock. There's been a fundamental misunderstanding here. This is... Oh. No! Okay. Trigger happy doesn't quite do it justice. Counter-Strike players are trigger happy. DayZ players are trigger happy. The military is trigger happy. Rust players are fucking insane. On the occasions I actually managed to get close enough to talk to a gunman, I kind of wished I hadn't. I was reminded, quite starkly, that this was the internet. Basically, I'm making a video for the YouTube channel Reroll, and I've started playing fairly recently. I'm clearly not a threat. I'm standing here topless, but I've been shot at a lot. I mean, why is that?
Yeah. Probably because... Wait, what? Did you say you've been shot at a lot?
Yeah, why is that? What is it about Rust that makes people just want to shoot you on sight?
Because you sound gay.
I mean, obviously that's the primary reason. But I suppose that you've died a few times as well. So how does that normally happen?
No, I haven't actually been killed on the server yet.
Oh, well, I'm sure someone can oblige eventually.
No, no one's ever killed.
Oh, that's very nice of them. I'm guessing when you gear up then.
Have fun with YouTube.
Lovely speaking to you. Got a second to answer some more questions?
Nope.
Oh, that's a shame, because from the amount of times I've been shot, possibly by you as well, I'm guessing you enjoy shooting on sight once you've made a little progress.
Yeah,
why is that?
Yeah, I do. Because you're annoying.
I mean, obviously, apart from me, I mean, I'm quite annoying, but that's just something that we need to move on with. But what about everyone else in the game?
No. They're alright as long as they don't annoy me. Like what you're doing right now.
Like what I'm doing right now. So if anyone annoyed you, like, by their presence, just wandering around, or if they actually asked you questions?
With their voice, like yours, and just weirdos.
Okay, so if they were typing normally, that would be an alright situation.
What?
Well, this has been a stimulating chat, but I'll let you get to it. It's classic internet. The default, unimaginative trolling of someone who has anonymity and can exercise power without consequence. The 3D equivalent of most YouTube comments. This is not what I would expect from a survival game. The genre of self-preservation, games in which not pissing people off is a matter of priority. So what's the deal? Why is Rust still more savage than the DayZ madhouse? We'll start with design. DayZ causes chaos because there is no disincentive to violence. Rust, though Facepunch profess survival as their goal, contains a good few incentives to violence. It's like stirring up a beehive, except the bees have guns and weaker moral standards. There is no permadeath, and before anyone squalls, "But you lose what you're carrying," that's not permadeath. Back in the day, that was just called death. You do lose what you're carrying, but once you survive the first couple of hours, stash some supplies in a chest and lay down a sleeping bag, you have a spawn point and a central reserve to fall back on should you catch an acute case of bullets. The safety net encourages risk-taking, and thus aggression. You can quite literally poke the bear. Hey there, I was hoping you could answer a couple of questions about— Oh God, no! Oh wait, no, I'm fine. Oh. Next you have the airdrops. Nothing suggests that the developer is steepling their fingers, cackling maniacally and yelling, "Dance for me, puppets, dance!" Like filling a great big box full of the very best weapons and chucking it into the map with an aeronautical cue. If that isn't an invitation to be the last man standing, then nothing is. Oh, I need to back away. I am backing away. I should not be near this supply drop. There is a lot of gunfire going on. I am hiding.
Shit, I think I'm actually on Coast Mountain.
Okay, that's not so bad. He's hunting me. But I can't lay the carnage wholly at Facepunch's feet. It is perhaps understandable that you shoot first and question never when you might be facing a hacker who can walk through walls and steal your kidneys. How have you been finding the game so far?
It's okay, but it's got a lot of hacks, I think.
Have you been victim to any hackers yet then?
Yeah, I get raided every week.
So does that, when you build up a bit of gear then, are you more likely to go and kill someone because you get raided?
What?
So when you get to a point where you have a bit of gear, when you've got a few weapons, does that make you more aggressive because you know people are likely to try and raid you?
Yeah, it does.
The real hacker proofing will come later in development, and it'll be interesting to see where the tensions ease as a result. Now, back in second year of uni, I got a 2-2 in psychology, but gosh darn it if I don't just love putting people into boxes. Permit me another shot. Clearly, I was naive to think that giving players something to keep them busy, by which I mean Rust base building tools, would distract them from murder. If anything, it's made them territorial. Do you tend to shoot on sight once you've made a little progress?
Well, it depends. It depends on where you're living, and it depends on basically where you're living. If the community you're living at is pretty hardcore, then yeah, generally you shoot on the site. But
so would that apply on this server?
Sorry? What's that?
Is that the case on this server? Is that generally the rule? Kill first, ask questions later?
Well, yeah, there's well, on the right of us here, sort of that way, there's a lot of bad people.
Okay.
On the left is okay. Yeah.
So you formed little communities, basically.
So you formed little communities, basically. I formed a community. Yeah. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in our community.
A cat marks its territory by pissing on the boundaries. A human marks its territory by erecting fences, and a Rust player marks its territory by shooting the living Jesus out of anyone near their front door. I'm just currently waiting outside a guy's house. Ah. Hey there, you got a second? And again. Dead. Dead.
Was that a Russian?
Supporting my findings is the fact that I've yet to encounter a single Jehovah's Witness. But perhaps, I'm being unfair in my assessment. Perhaps Rust players are not all mad. No, actually they are. They are all insane, but there is a certain variety in the mentalism that was lacking in DayZ. Got a second to answer a couple of questions? Anyone? Appear to have stumbled into the beginnings of a very scary campfire story. These rituals, these highly specific and organised group behaviours are much more prevalent than they were in DayZ. Sure, you have the Wiggle cultists and the internal power struggles of Clan Yellow Jacket, but these are rare encounters in a dispersed community. Rust's territorial identities, coupled with the existence of global chat, allows for the development of group behaviours in a way that's only really possible with existing friends in DayZ. Of course, there would be outliers, those selfish few so hell-bent on individualism that they see fit to fuck with my theorising. Every so often, for a fleeting moment, you meet a Samaritan, and then they're gone, like smoke on the wind. Hey there, would you mind answering a couple of questions? Don't suppose you have voice chat on, do you? Thank you, I guess. I mean, that's quite unusual kindness from a Rust player. Why didn't you just kill me with your rock? Rust is a game of extremes. The incentives to violence, the faux permadeath, the airdrops, the bases whose very existence suggests that you're meant to be raiding, the incentives to violence mean that much of Rust looks like the Battle of the Somme. But at the same time, it's these very features that cause people to congregate, build, and massacre with shared objectives. Global chat coupled with the high density of players suggests that down the line, we'll be seeing entire servers with very different flavours. Civilizations, empires, and passionate feuds. That's almost touching.